Hey guys, this is Alan from Plangora, and I wanted to teach you guys today how you can actually update your dependencies. There's more than one way to do this in Elixir with Mix, but I wanted to show you at least two ways that I think are useful and of course that I use. The first thing is we have to actually talk about, how does this work, right? So if we take a look over here, we have an app over here. This is the one I use for Tailwind. And if you take a look, there's a task called mix hex outdated. And that's going to show you the latest version that's available on hex and also the version that you're using. So if we take a look over here, in particular, I'm just going to take a look at Phoenix itself. And so if we take a look at Phoenix, the current version that we're using right now, that's what current means, is 1.56. And the latest version that's available on hex is 1.57. Now, if you take a look at our mix file, we have this style of tilde greater than symbol and then 1.5.6. What this tilde greater than sign means is that it has to be at least version 1.5.6. But it could be 1.57, 1.58, etc. It just depends on when you run your mix file and the mix.lock file gets created. And so if you take a look at our mix.lock file and I look for Phoenix, you'll see that it uses 1.56 right now. So that's where the version of 1.56 kind of comes from. Now, if we want to update Phoenix, there's two ways we could do this. One is that we could come over here and we could say, you know what, I want to use just 1.57. So get ready for it. And then if I run mix deps.get, this will automatically just update my dependencies. You'll see 1.56 goes to 1.57 and anything else that relies on it. So maybe Phoenix requires a high version of this MIME library, same with Phoenix HTML. And those things get updated too. That's one way to do this, right? You don't have to do it this way, but that's one way you can do it. And so I'm just going to do a very quick git reset head hard. That's just going to take us all back to where we were before. Run mix deps.get so that we get where we also were before. So if I run outdated again, you're going to see we're back at where we were before and nothing changed. Now the next thing you can do, which may be easier, it depends on how you look at it. You see I'm back to 1.56. So what we can do, we don't even have to touch this Phoenix file because we just want to make sure that we're 1.5 something, and that should be greater than 6. So in this case, what we can do is we can run mix deps.update, and then we can say which version or which app we want to update, sorry, which library we want to update. In this case, I just want to update the Phoenix one. So I write mix deps.update Phoenix. And that's going to basically do exactly what we did before, but it's only going to take a look at our mix and say, okay, we can only do 1.56 and up, and also before 1.6. So that's what this means. In the case that we ever update Phoenix Ecto, in this case, we could do 4.1, 4.2, 4.3, etc., all the way up to 5.0. So that's also what this part means. So this one just means take a look at the last version that was specified, the last number, and stay within there and start with this minimum number at first. So that's called semantic versioning. That's what we use in Elixir. And so this is another way that you can use to update. So from those two ways, that is basically how you can update your dependencies. And it's pretty easy, right? You can just either edit the mix file directly if you want to be very particular, or you can just do mix deps update and then the name of the thing you want to update. Finally, what you could also do, so if you actually run mix help deps.update to get some more information, what you can also do is you can run this mix deps.update and then do --all, and that will update everything. I don't really recommend that because it could give you something that maybe isn't quite so stable. So I recommend kind of taking a look to see what the changes are in between the different versions before you particularly update everything at once. You may get quite surprised and things may not work properly. So that's how you can update your dependencies in your Mix project. So this is Alan from Plangora. Please subscribe if you haven't. Otherwise, I'll catch you guys next time. Thanks. Bye. Hi. Please feel free to ask us any questions about Elixir, Flutter, or anything else in programming. Here's our YouTube channel, Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. We will answer your questions every Friday. Ya mantai ge duck man all. Yo wenti ji do wen wo